Hello, my name is Lynda Brown, and welcome to Meet the Candidates. It's my pleasure to bring this one-to-one question and answer forum to you. You know, in speaking with people around town, it's come to my attention that sometimes folks don't really know who might be running for a particular office, or even at times who's representing them presently. So this is one way for residents to get to know who's running for what office and to get to know a little bit more about the candidate and the issues that are important to them. I'll be asking local candidates questions that are pertinent to the office that they're seeking. They'll be about different issues facing the city and getting their responses and what they would do to either change or build on these issues. Now, notices inviting candidates to join in on this forum were sent out to all who are running. The ones that you'll be seeing in the interviews are candidates that responded. However, before I start, I'd like to take this opportunity to say a big thank you to HC Media for opening their studio to me, along with the help of their wonderful staff and equipment. So much goes into be able to do something like this, and I appreciate it so much. They are one of Haverhill's gems. So, we're going to get started with our first candidate. Hello, I'm with City Council President John Michitson. Welcome.
Hi, Lynda. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being a part of this. I really appreciate it.
Hey, I'm looking forward to
I
it.
know you're a busy man, so we're going to hop right to it, okay?
Yes.
Tell us why you are running again.
Why am I running again?
Yes.
I have been proposing to move Haverhill towards the innovation economy now for a very long time, and I'm starting to make progress.
You are.
And we have some new people coming into the city that actually get it, and I'm just looking forward to taking those next few steps.
Job. Well, it's this next generation, right?
You
I
bet.
mean, it's what's happening. You have to be there.
The whole world is playing chess. We have to make sure that we're not just playing checkers.
Absolutely, absolutely. We have to be there too. We're not always following, right? Sometimes we're going to lead it.
Exactly.
I love that. Keep that going. So tell me, what is the most important city issue, or maybe one or two, that you feel as a council member that you have to face now, that we're facing actually?
Well, I think three go together, and we still don't look at all three together, but they're so closely related. Public education, economic development, and public safety.
Absolutely.
Right? These are the three items that determine the quality of life of the city of Haverhill. We can take a look at some of the new buildings, you know, and some of the roads that have been reconstructed by the state. And, you know, I think Haverhill is looking better.
Absolutely,
I think we're making progress. But when you look under the hood, we have some challenges that politicians don't really like to talk about because they're challenges, they're hard.
Exactly.
And well, that's not me. I want to talk about them and try to solve them. Public education. You know, we have a big shift in the population, and we have almost 50% economically disadvantaged students now in the school system, which is making it almost 50%. And it's making it very difficult for teachers, right? But I love that 50%, right? And we have to help them.
We have to help, exactly.
And there are some really neat projects going on in the city that bring together education, economic development, especially like, for example, Make It.
Up in the, yeah.
I mean, to
Mount
me, that's a
Washington.
perfect example of how we have to look at everything together, because that embodies all three.
It does.
In one little building
Up
that
on
Keith
in Mount
Boucher
Washington.
bought. You bet. And I think what's going to happen there is he's going to help people get jobs. He's going to help students appreciate the innovation economy. He's already doing it,
He's already
right?
doing it.
And guess what happens when people have jobs and when people are doing good in school? There's less crime.
There's less crime.
It's that simple.
It is.
And so who's looking at all three of those together and coming up with an integrated plan? I am.
And you're going to keep that going.
And I'm going to keep it going.
You've got to keep that going because
Yes.
the youth of Haverhill, as I was saying to Councilor Jordan, they're our number one resource.
Yes, absolutely.
they're our number one
and we're not
resource.
keeping them here. As you know, I think
I
you're
do
on the
know that.
master plan committee.
Yes, I am. We're not.
25,000 people exit Haverhill, only 13 come in, 13,000, right? That's not a good ratio.
No, we want to turn those numbers
And we
around.
want to turn those numbers around. And
Exactly,
we
we absolutely, we
You got
need
it.
to. We need to do that.
Exactly.
So let's stay on that about public safety.
Yes.
And the crime, and we talk about opioids and all, but I mean people
Yes.
are just all across the board, no
Right.
matter where you live.
Yes.
They're concerned about public safety. Our police department, are we understaffed? Do we need more policemen out on the street? Do we need them on the beat type of thing?
Yes.
What do you think as a city council president
Yes.
we could do to help turn those?
So I've
around?
been working really hard, especially the last 3 budget sessions, to get more police. And we've actually been successful. The city council has actually pushed the mayor into getting more police than was what was in his budget, which I think
You did.
that's
Yes.
unheard of. However, we are up against a barrier there because, first of all, the pay. Second of all, of the police. Second of all, the old-fashioned system that they have to go through.
The process is
The whole
incredible.
process
Yeah, it's crazy.
of civil service is nuts. And then they have to go through extensive training. That is a huge effort just to get one police officer. So now we're losing a lot through attrition, through retirement. And it's just hard to keep up with the levels that we have. So we're not even close to the level that we've budgeted for.
Wow.
And so those are hard problems. I don't know how to solve them, just like that.
Well, I don't think
it's going
they
to take
are,
some
sir.
time.
Right, it does take time to do that.
But
Absolutely.
but again, I have to go back to education and jobs, right? Especially education, right? If you give our kids an opportunity, a real opportunity to have a good life, to work on something that they want to do in their life, the crime over the long run is not going to be around anymore. And so all of those things are together. And guess what? If we're known for that kind of a city, the jobs will come flying in. The good jobs of the future. And we're focused right now on advanced manufacturing as being one of those areas.
One of those areas, right.
Right.
And I know you talk so much about that, but I do want to talk about our economic development
Yes.
in Haverhill, because I think it's really important in
Yes.
how it really filters out to jobs, and like you were talking about with kids and keeping them on the right track. How can we encourage that to happen more and on a
Yes.
larger scale, actually?
So I'm really happy that the mayor is actually going to replace Nate Robertson,
Yes.
because we doubled our economic development, which was always one person, Bill Pillsbury.
Bill
We
Pillsbury.
doubled it to 2.
That's a good thing.
And Nate went around to all the businesses in the industrial parks, and several of them are actually growing, and we're helping them expand. He never had a chance really to go outside of Haverhill and start pulling in other businesses. So I think that's what we have to do moving forward.
Well, that's good news.
Yes, but I think that advanced manufacturing is actually a perfect match for Haverhill because it covers the trades and it covers engineering and science and business.
All of those, like
The whole thing it covers. And we are less expensive than Boston and Cambridge, right? Hey, we're never going to match the smart people, the concentration of smart people there. Let's face it,
we
we're
don't
not
have
going
to.
to.
Right,
We don't have to, right? But guess
Right.
what? After they think up these really smart things, they got to build them.
That's right.
And they need factories, and they can't afford. They don't have the space
Exactly.
to do it there. So let's just get together, work with UMass Lowell.
We have that right here in the city.
We have a innovation hub where startups come in, and the whole goal is work with them and try to build them into a real business, and then either put them downtown or in the industrial park.
Exactly.
But that's a gift that we were given, primarily from Brian Dempsey and all the hard work that he did. And to be honest with you, not enough people are interested. Not enough people are trying to push that forward. And so
you're
that's
doing
one
a
of my
good job
goals.
by example, though. You really are.
Well, thank you.
You really are, because sometimes people don't know how to start, or maybe who they can contact to do that. So we're going to make sure.
Right.
But I want to get at least one more question
All
in
right.
with you. Let's talk a little bit about Haverhill Public Schools.
Yes.
Okay. Let's just talk about keeping it here. Never mind what's going on in the country.
Yes.
What are some of the biggest issues that we're facing? At least let's go over two.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I already brought up the first one, right?
Yes.
Is that we have a changing
Yes.
population, and they need more services.
Absolutely.
And we have to figure out what those services are to help them to be able to have successful lives, right? That's gonna take a lot of knowledge to figure out the best programs for them, and it's gonna take funding
Right,
in
of
order
course
to
it
do
is.
it. I mean, that's really the bottom line. I like some of the new things going on in the city. There's a very active, I call it a citizens group,
Yes.
that's out there.
Very active.
They're very active, and quite honestly, they're very smart. They do their research, and they're pushing the ball forward in the school system 1 inch at a time. That's the problem. But you know what? We're making progress.
As long as you're going in the right direction.
But if
Change comes.
Haverhill really wants to go to that next level, there's where it starts.
Absolutely.
Better education, give our kids an opportunity so they can go out and have a successful life.
I agree. So that's all the time that we have, but
All
please.
right, it was
could
fun.
it was fun, right?
Yes.
Can you please tell people how they can contact you?
Yes.
Website, Facebook?
My cell phone,
Yes.
339-221-2276. I promise that I will try to delete the voicemails so
Okay.
that there'll be enough capacity.
Yeah, hello,
I'm
yes.
on Facebook, and Michitson, Michitson, at mitre.org.
You are wonderful. Thank you so much
Thank
for taking the
you
time.
very much.
You did a great job.
This was
Always
fun.
a pleasure, wasn't
Thank
it?
you very much.
You are so welcome.